In today's video, we will be talking about budgeting and managing your overall finances. Budgeting is one of those topics that you either love or hate. But it is the most important things to get right if you wish to achieve financial independence, as it is the precursor to everything that you do when it comes to managing your money. The budgeting philosophy that I personally follow is one that is promoted in the age-old classic book called The Richest Man in Babylon. In the book, it talks about the 5 laws of gold that allows anyone who follows it to save and invest in the future. The ultimate goal of following these laws is to achieve financial independence. So let's delve deeper into each of the 5 laws of gold. The first law of gold is to save 10% of your income. It is imperative that you understand the importance of this first rule, because it is essentially a testament to whether or not you are living within your means. For example, if you are making $3,000 a month from your paycheck, you must save at least $300 or more, after all the bills and expenses are paid for. If you find yourself short of this 10% requirement, review your bills and expenses. The best way is to create a simple spreadsheet every month and documenting every expenses you make. Figure out where you can make cuts or even eliminate some bills that you absolutely do not need in your life. Remember, making some sacrifices is important in order to get ahead financially, but it is also important in terms of training your mindset to spend on things that you need, rather than on frivolous things. If after you have reviewed your expenses and make the necessary cuts and still cannot make the 10% requirement, you must push yourself to earn more. There are many ways to earn extra income, such as working overtime, working a part-time job, or doing side gigs. Remember, all you need at minimum is 10% of your income left over, so figure out whether cutting expenses or earning more is more doable. Once you have 10% of your income saved every month, the second law of gold is to allow it to grow by investing. But before we begin investing, it is important that we create an emergency fund. Most people would say 6 months of expenses saved is a good idea. If you are really conservative, you can try saving for a year's worth of expenses. However, I believe that if you are someone who can hustle and get back on your feet quickly, then 3 to 6 months of savings is good enough. So once you have your emergency funds set aside, then it is time to let your gold to grow. This means that you must find investments to put your 10% savings into that can grow over time. If the investments can pay you while you are invested in it, that's even better. The third law of gold is to protect your money and invest it wisely. Warren Buffett has a quote on this where he says, "Rule number 1, don't lose money." Then rule number 2 is don't forget rule number 1. This is a timeless advice that all of us can adhere to. When you invest your money, be aware that not all investments are safe. There are investments out there that are extremely speculative and some are just outright frauds. It's important that you educate yourself with the types of investments that have been proven to grow over time, such as index funds or real estate. Educate yourself about the different types of investments out there before you commit any money into it. The fourth law of gold is to seek advice from qualified people when it comes to managing your money. I mean, would you take medical advice from a business person? Likewise, you shouldn't take financial advice from those who are not licensed or from those who are evidently have no experience in managing their own money. Similarly, do not invest with someone who is not trained or qualified to handle money. Be sure to ask questions of their ability to make a return on investment before you jump onto other people's business ideas. And finally, the fifth law of gold is to remember that, if it's too good to be true, then it probably is. This law is a warning to all of us to remember that when it comes to money, everybody will want a piece of it. There is nothing wrong in listening to others when it comes to how you should invest, but we must be able to separate the scammer and the get-rich types from our circle of advice. Get-rich-quick investments will almost always fail. These are usually investing in meme stocks, or crypto, or even in other private businesses that have a high chance of failure. But if you feel like you still want to take these high-risk, high-rewards investments, allocate only 5 to 10% of your funds to them. I personally put in about only 5% of my money in this very speculative group of investments. So those are the 5 rules of gold. If you follow these rules in your own money management process, you will surely be able to save more and earn better overall returns in the future on your money. These laws are timeless rules of personal finance that you can follow throughout your life and can be done by anyone, regardless of their financial status. If you would like to learn more about these laws of gold and read up on other tips on personal finance, they can be found in the book, The Richest Man in Babylon. Anyway, that's all I have for this video. If you enjoy this content and would like to continue to learn more about the different topics related to trading and investing, please click the like button and consider subscribing to this channel. Thanks for watching.